Hello and welcomes back everyone. Wolf here with even more Star Wars The Old Republic, playing as Yevrà here, my Lord of the Sith. And we have a bit of a situation. The Sith ghosts we bound to ourselves are overwhelming our body, destroying us from the inside. We have found potentially two methods of healing. One on the world of Belsavis, one a ritual on the world of Voss. Though, from what we discovered, the mystics there may not be willing to treat us with this ritual or teach it to us themselves. But we have no choice. Our first destination, of course, is the world of Belsavis. Before we get started, I've decided to have a little bit of a change. We are still playing as our Sorcerer, of course, but we're going to give the Madness discipline a try. This is a more focused damage over time rather than the direct damage of lightning, but with two caveats. Normally you apply a lot of debuffs. Our Crushing Darkness has been changed to Demolish. We have Creeping Terror, and of course Affliction. All three of these apply damage over time. But when we make use of Plague Master, if we use Shock, it finishes the cooldown of all of our... It basically applies all the damage at once on a target. Now, obviously, that's a single target, I believe. I'm not sure if it works for all of our targets. What I've also done is went and grabbed the Killing Field Tactical, where Demolish hits all nearby targets affected by our Death Mark. We have Force Storm, of course, but we now also have an ability known as Death Field, which creates a field of death at our location, at a target location, where it also steals so much life from up to 8 targets. This also, thanks to a passive ability known as the Death Mark, places death marks on affected targets. These death marks allow you to have greater damage with your damage over time abilities, and I believe there's a higher critical chance as well. What's important is when they have a death mark applied, thanks to the Killing Field Tactical, our Demolish doesn't hit a single target, it hits every target. So that in Demolish is one of our more powerful abilities. So it's going to be very good for AoE targeting. But we'll give it a go, see what happens. So, before we get ourselves away, we do have 2 messages. One from Admiral Hulse, due to the Whitemore pirates. We've already begun field testing with the Loramore chipset you recovered from the Whitemore's cache. The results have been astonishing, so much so that I felt compelled to thank you again for recovering such valuable technology. The Fixer's report also said that all of the Whitemore leaders have been neutralized. I commend you for taking a strong stance. And of course, Lord Palladius, who we hadn't heard from for a while. You were wise to leave me in charge of your cult, my lord. Our numbers have nearly doubled since you left. I think we've had that message before. Either way, he sent us another gift, and we love gifts. So, onwards to Belsavis. Heading back to the distant Outer Rim. Officially, Belsavis is a sparsely populated republic world dominated by Arctic plains. Its only notable feature is the rare tropical rifts that break up the expanses of ice, heated by natural geothermal vents, and home to a surprising diversity of plant life. In truth, Belsavis is an ultra-secure prison colony established by the Republic. Until recently, the prison's existence was top secret, but its discovery by the Empire has resulted in rumors spreading throughout the galactic underworld. The prison is now in a state of lockdown, and both Republic and Imperial militaries have a presence on the scene. One thing we haven't really mentioned is with the start of the third major chapter, war again has broken out between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire. The Treaty of Coruscant is no more. There are a few factors which have caused this galactic conflict to be renewed. One of which could be blamed by the massacre of innocent Republic citizens on a mining colony, as you see as part of the Imperial agent storyline. Even though the Empire didn't kill those civilians, it was made to look like they did. But there are other smaller matters which no doubt has prompted the Republic to tear up the Treaty of Coruscant. Of course, Belsavis is a world both Republic and Imperial players visit at the same time. We each have our own orbital station, and then we'll have to take a shuttle down to the planet's surface. We'll have a look at the planet itself once we arrive.
We've arrived at the Belsavis spaceport.
Good. We'll have to work quickly if we're to find a cure for your strange ailment. We know that a Sith called Darth Thanaton suffered a similar problem. His power became too much for him, and he began to deteriorate. We also know that he went to Belsavis in search of a recruitment device that he believed could fix him, whatever that means.
You haven't learned anything new about the device, then?
Nothing beyond the diagrams Yevrà himself left. I'm afraid technology isn't my area of expertise. I've looked into Belsavis. There is indeed evidence that the Rakata were here, and that they built some kind of monumental prison. The Republic have arrived since, however, and built their own prison. Whatever this device is, we'll have to navigate 2 prisons to get to it.
I'll destroy that prison piece by piece, if I have to.
Fortunately, that work has already begun. The Empire recently discovered the Republic's prison and staged a massive prison break.
Saves us the trouble of breaking in, I guess.
It also means the planet is in chaos, and any trail Darth Thanaton left will have been obliterated.
I don't need Darth Thanaton's trail. Give me the information and I'll find the device.
Without a trail to follow? Or any field experts in ancient alien technology? You're good, but I don't know if you're that good. But while perusing the Republic prison logs, I discovered a familiar name. The Circle, a group of criminal technologist Nikto I once employed. They never met a system they couldn't slice, or a machine they couldn't reverse engineer. Perhaps they can interpret Darth Thanaton's diagrams on Belsavis.
Do you know where they were being held?
Unfortunately, no.
I bet one of the guardhouses has a record of where they were kept. I've seen my share of prisons.
We must be careful. Belsavis is a place of unknown danger. But be quick. The dates on Darth Thanaton's records show his condition worsening rapidly.
Very well. So, it's kind of already given us an idea that the Infinite Empire that the Rakata used Belsavis as a prison before the Republic decided to make use of the same world.
Have I mentioned recently how much I enjoy serving you? I am a lucky droid, Master.
So, Nikto technologists, the Circle may be able to use the blueprints of Darth Thanaton's device and then locate one similar to what he described on Belsavis. Very well. Who do we want to come with us? Helm, we haven't been with you for a while. I can use you as my hulking distraction once again. Seems you would like my attention.
Kiperum, chin nampa al adam, niknikam, laporam amka, mamni nikag, nagnaya mamni kamgam.
Now you've got me interested.
Bumogala apayang. Nilamay ini amka amgap. Kanang nimu, kemgam karayang mat.
Ah. Commander Caliber of the Emperor's own Imperial Guard wishes to give us a briefing now that he's noticed we've arrived in orbit of Belsavis. The Imperial Guard, of course, as we mentioned, served the Emperor directly.
Approach. You have garnered the attention of my master, the Emperor. He foresees you performing great deeds on Belsavis, and he sends this message. Do not disappoint him.
If he gave me an objective to fulfill, it would help.
In time. First, familiarize yourself with the Belsavis system. This planet holds the Republic's dirtiest secret, a maximum security prison home to the galaxy's most depraved convicts. We've come to free them. Specifically, the Dread Masters. Elder Sith who could change the course of the war.
The Empire's risking much to free these Sith. Why?
The Dread Masters possess the unique ability to cripple an entire enemy force with terror. We've deployed special operations groups to release them. They freed prisoners and sparked riots. But during the chaos, we lost contact with all 5 teams. You will need to re-establish contact, and, if necessary, relaunch the operation to free the Dread Masters.
I like the idea of Sith Lords owing their freedom to me.
The shuttle will drop you at the last known location of Operations Group 5. Find Lord Medishus. Help him fan the flames of the riot. Minimum resources, maximum results. That's how we avoid disappointing the Emperor.
How very interesting.
The Emperor watches your progress. Do not fail him.
A group of Sith Lords that could cripple an entire enemy force with terror. Why does that sound so familiar? I'm sure it's nothing. Let's take a look around. Yeah, welcome to Belsavis, everyone. Belsavis and I have a kind of love-hate relationship. It's a beautiful world, and yet, when I first came to Belsavis, with Valakar and many other of my series over the years, Belsavis did not want to play particularly smoothly. But it seems to have settled down now. Perhaps it was my desktop that was not performing as well as it should. Either way, we've arrived here at the Imperial lodgement, the beachhead of the Empire, here in minimum security. As a player of the Republic, I believe you start kind of around here, and both players of the Republic and the Empire will be traveling west into high security, and then of course finally into maximum security. These are the three major regions that the Republic has control over, and then we know about the Infinite Empire, about the Rakata. Well, their prison kind of begins from there. There are still many secrets that the Republic does not even know about here on Belsavis, and with the Rakatan prison system. Though they do make use of it, as we'll discover. Let's have a look at the Codex entry, shall we? By the standards of any other prison, Belsavis's minimum security section will be considered escape-proof. A tightly controlled, heavily monitored maze of cell blocks, guard towers, and work yards. By Belsavis standards, the minimum security section is just what the name implies, the absolute minimum level of security acceptable for holding the worst criminals in the galaxy. The inmates in the minimum security section consist mainly of murderers, pirates, gangsters, and other violent criminals who possess a humanoid physiology and a willingness to communicate, if not cooperate, with prison authorities. Prisoners who require specialized holding facilities are shipped to higher security areas, but here inmates are permitted to gather and to work, albeit under strict supervision. When the Empire inserted its forces onto the planet, it converted the remains of a camp used by early Republic explorers into a fortified lodgement. From there, Imperial forces have made surgical strikes to breach cell blocks and obliterate dividing walls. The Republic has since pulled many of the Belsavis guards and their families to relative safety in the prison security and administrative centers. Indeed, not only does the Republic have the Empire to contend with, but they have a lot of angry prisoners. We do have our weekly heroic mission here, but that ends tomorrow. I don't think we'll have time. No matter. Speaking of time, oh yes, we had the login rewards, did we not? Very well. Let us go see this Lord Medicus of Operations Group 5. Someone fell asleep at their post, I imagine.
Welcome, my lord. I assumed Commander Callum sent you to help. I'm Lord Medicus, leader of Operations Group 5. We started this riot by arming prisoners and pointing them at their Republic captors. But our primary goal is to extract certain inmates held deep within the prison.
Commander Callum said they were Sith Lords.
Correct. The Dread Masters. They can reach out through the Force and pierce their enemies with terror. Whole armadas surrender to them without firing a shot. The Republic claimed the Dread Masters were killed in the last war. Returning them to the field would be a crowning achievement.
That'll do nicely.
Free the Dread Masters, and you'll find much to your advantage. Unfortunately, the Republic's moved them to the deep prison. Meanwhile, the Warden brought in a hard-headed off-world enforcer, Ellis Ruger. He's here to close our exit corridor. If the Republic isn't stopped, they'll retake this landing zone. Without an exit, our prison break will fail.
You have prisoners rioting all over. Can the Republic truly retake this area?
We have more than lawmen to contend with. The Republic have built new machines to cower behind. These Warden droids have enough firepower to incapacitate a small army. The rioters are losing hope, but we can reignite their rage. Destroy enough droids and the convicts will smell blood. They'll practically defend our landing zone for us.
If a few broken droids will spark the convicts' fury, I'll set this riot ablaze.
Impress the rioters with your power and the droids' weakness. Then they'll fight our enemy for us.
Excellent. Ooh. We have another codex entry on the Imperial Guard, of course, of which Commander Callum is a part of. The ultimate non-force sensitive fighters in the Empire serve the Emperor and the Emperor alone. Although most citizens know them as protectors of the Sith Academy on Korriban and the Sanctum of the Citadel on Droman Kaas, the Guardsman's mandate takes them wherever the Emperor requires. Even the Dark Council has neither control nor oversight of the Guard's activities. Clad in blood-red robes and armor, Imperial Guardsmen serve for life, chosen for duty and initiated through deadly tests and traditions. Those too old for active duty become instructors for the next generation, until their skills deteriorate to the point where they are inevitably slain by a new recruit during training. Fanatic in loyalty and unmatched in martial skill, even a lone Imperial Guard is a formidable opponent capable of standing toe-to-toe with a Jedi or a Sith, should the occasion arise. And that is how and who we're working alongside. I think I'll break down my time in minimum security into multiple parts, just for the time constraints of our briefing on board the Fury and our briefing with Commander Callum as well. We'll go deal with these Warden droids. And it looks like we're looking for this guard captain who might help us help direct us to where the circle is. We will leave the guard captain for now, though I believe we're going to be heading in that direction shortly. But I think we'll pick up a heroic mission as well. I don't want to say I want to get it out of the way, but we may as well tackle it here and now.
Next. Name, please?
Cateo.
Let's see. Oh, there you are. Killer Cateo. Butchered an entire squad of Republic soldiers with a shiv?
That's me.
Someone get this man a blaster. Welcome to the Imperial Army, Cateo. If there's anything else we can get you, maybe something dull and rusty, just ask.
We have Lord Ferret here.
The Empire's employing aliens now. How times have changed. 24 years I've been imprisoned on Belsavis. The Republic thought they could contain me, but the Empire proved them wrong.
Who are you?
You haven't heard of the great Lord Ferret? I stole a Republic superweapon and turned it against the miserable cretins. How I cherish the memory. Every second of imprisonment, I nursed my hatred for the Republic. Finally, the time has come for my revenge. When the Empire released me, the Republic army retreated to their compound to erect defenses. Something vital is behind those fortified walls.
What have you discovered?
I'm not sure, but the last time I saw such heavy safeguards, they were trying to stop me from seizing their superweapon. I hunger for their destruction, but I'm too weak to crush their defenses. This battle is yours. Obliterate the Republic compound, recover what they protect, and then bring it to me.
I'll return when I know more.
Crush their turrets, then tear the base apart until you've found what the Republic hides.
Very well. He nursed his hatred and yet still gives the task to us. Very well. Say hello to another corrupted beast of burden. We have the Acklay here. So let us learn how a madness sorcerer works, shall we? I want to try... What's that? Indeed, our path is clear. Let's try a single target first. So, Affliction, Creeping Tower, Demolish, and then... It seemed to do a fair bit of damage, but was it more than less than I was expecting, perhaps? There's Affliction. Put Demolish down. I don't know. Let's try a group of enemies with Demolish, shall we? Oh, wait a minute. Keep forgetting I have Force Storm. I'm gonna swap Force Storm and Death Field. Kelm, stay with me for a moment. Is this... I don't rightly know. We have to get used to the new rotation, perhaps. Deathfield has a smaller. You can see, like, this is the Force Storm radius. This is the Deathfield radius. There is a noticeable difference. Oh well, no matter. Why don't we try our luck against the heroic area? This Republic compound we've heard about. Oh, sorry. We did have a bonus to deal with so many prison guards. We may as well deal with one more. We also have Force Leak to steal health from our enemies. This is the Republic compound.
Baru Jamunja.
Took a fair bit of punishment there. We have a bonus to deal with 12 of the Republic forces while looking for this data.
In Twyfel Atraus.
First things first, is there anyone in here protecting the data? There is. Very well. That's a fair few enemies there. Let's deal with this droid first, I feel.
Jamunja.
Ourselves to the security chest. And we have a Republic data pad here. Unfortunately, the quest auto-completes, so we can't find what data was actually on the pad itself. But no matter. Get ourselves back over to the Imperial lodgement now. Before we go see Lord Medichas once again, we'll take a break because I believe he will then have a question for us, shall we say. We may have a decision to make. That's the better way to put it. But yes, we'll take a break here. And when we come back, we'll see how else we can help Operations Group 5 and the Imperials here. Thank you all for joining me once again with even more Star Wars The Old Republic. As always, feel free to leave a comment if you so wish. And hopefully I'll see you for more of our time here on Belsavis next time. Until then, though, take care. Bye-bye now.